There's a dead body in the trunk. He lied to me about his last name, his address. This boy that's missing there.
On a sweltering summer day, July 29, 2020, a Louisiana police officer found himself caught in a whirlwind of events that would unravel a tale of crime and deception. As fate would have it, his attention was drawn to a speeding vehicle. A black and orange Camaro that zipped past him with a reckless abandon. With flashing lights and a determined spirit, the officer signaled the driver to pull over. Little did he know that this routine traffic stop would soon evolve into a haunting puzzle. Approaching the driver's window, the officer immediately sensed something amiss. The young man behind the wheel, Mitchell, had been going nearly 20 miles over the speed limit. Even more astonishing, he lacked a valid driver's license. The officer's professional tone masked the underlying shock as he questioned,
Do you have your driver's license?
No, sir.
Do you have a driver's license?
No, sir.
He repeated the question, his concern growing with each unanswered inquiry. The offense alone could have resulted in fines and potential jail time, a penalty that Mitchell was now facing. Yet destiny had other plans in store. Mitchell's vehicle bore secrets far darker than a mere speeding violation. In an unexpected twist, Mitchell's fumbling answers and uneasy demeanor hinted at a truth the officer had yet to uncover: a dead body in the car. But unbeknownst to the cop, Mitchell will be going back with more than just a speeding ticket.
Is there any weed in the car, man? Don't stop. Step here. Is there any weed in the car? Yes or no?
It's just a doobie in the ashtray,
Okay.
Other than that, there's
Anything else?
The cop is looking to get Mitchell on more than just a DUI charge. An 18-year-old speeding in a car like this, that drug recognition headquarters stinks of weed. The cop realizes that there may be something deeper to this traffic stop than a kid going too fast. But before he asks to search the vehicle for any other drugs, Mitchell starts to act increasingly suspicious. Mitchell has now consented to the search of his vehicle. The cop is realistically only searching for weed and any other drugs possibly in the car, but he has no idea what he's actually about to find. A search of the front seats turns up nothing, but upon examining the outside of the car, the cop discovers multiple bullet holes across the left side of the vehicle. It's becoming more and more obvious to the cop that something is not right at all here, and this suspect was likely caught up in something much bigger than he first realized.
When did all this happen? When did all that happen? When?
My brother, he said it.
How long ago? Okay. Come back. Just leave this here. Come back here. Just stay right here in front of my car. Hey, it's Jesse again. I'm sorry to bother you. I got this car speeding 73 and a 55. It's a black and orange Camaro. And it's got like 3 bullet holes in the left side of it. He said he thinks his brother said his car was in something 2 nights ago.
The officer checks if the vehicle returns nothing other than proof Mitchell is lying. His address comes back as somewhere completely different from where he's saying, and the car is registered to someone with a completely different surname.
Now, he says he lives in Winsboro, but he's got a Richwood address, and the car comes back out of Monroe, and he's got this, he's got a GPS thing put in, but he don't even know the address, so he's lying about a bunch of junk. Where do you live? Be honest to me. Monroe?
Yes.
Richwood?
Yes.
You don't live in Winsboro?
No,
Why would you try to bluff me on that? Why would you lie to me on that? Because I already knew that before this guy said something. What's up? Talk to me. You better stop lying to me right now, or you're going to be in jail. Last freaking lie, you better tell me.
This whole situation is already the mystery man immensely confusing, but then all of a sudden something even weirder happens. A completely random man pulls up at the scene claiming that his family is looking for him. And when they give yet another different name from Mitchell and the owner of the vehicle, the cop is rightfully at a loss. This has gone from a traffic stop to a full-on mystery, and the cop is determined to get to the bottom of it.
There's a kid that's been reported missing, and that they took the car from Monroe, and he lied to me about his last name, his address and where he's from. Random guy pulls up behind me and said, hey, this guy's looking for that kid. I need to know if this car's been reported missing, stolen. And I know he's BSing to me about where he's going. He says he's going to his sister's house down here. If you could, hey, talk to him, see if you can figure out if the sister thing is legit. What I'm being told is that the boy who gave him permission to use the car is missing. So he's lying his ass off. Go looking for the person who owns the car, find out that the son of the owner of the car is missing, and now we got bullet holes all in the car. I got you. So something.
The only thing he lied about was his address in Williamsburg. A few more calls are made, and it turns out the missing person is Michael Robinson, the alleged brother of the boy at the scene and the man who gave him permission to be driving the car today. However, it's still unclear who owned the car in the first place, but the cop decides to forget about that for a moment and examine the vehicle a second time now that backup has arrived.
Hey, put your hands up. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. You have a right to an attorney. Have one present during any questioning. At any time, you choose not to make any statements or answer any questions. You understand? If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you by the court. Do you understand?
Inside the trunk was the body of Michael Robinson, and all of a sudden, everything makes sense. The story took another surprising turn, showing that Mitchell was involved in something much worse than just speeding and a missing person report. In a really disturbing twist, it was revealed that Michael Robinson had become a victim of a robbery where guns were used. This chaos led to Robinson's death, and shockingly, his body was hidden in the trunk of the car that Mitchell was driving. As things became clearer, Mitchell's lies started to fall apart. The officer's determination to find out the truth had opened up a much scarier situation than anyone could have thought. Mitchell's journey, from driving too fast on the highway to the horrifying discovery in the trunk, showed how easily things can go from normal to very bad. It was a reminder that the line between everyday life and something really evil can be very thin.
Up, get right over here. I don't give a who you are. Get on your goddamn knees.
Yeah, I'm a cop.
Then you'll listen to me when I tell you to get on your fucking knees.
Number 2. In the stillness of the night, a patrol officer stationed near mile marker 101 in Key Largo, Florida, caught sight of a speeding vehicle hurtling down the road. The officer's vigilant watch turned into a heart-pounding pursuit as the white Chrysler 300 raced past, setting off a chain of events that would change the lives of those involved. The time was 3:57 a.m. on a Sunday morning, and the road was seemingly quiet, but the driver's actions were about to shatter that tranquility. Ignoring the marked police vehicle in the rearview mirror, the driver accelerated, and a high-speed chase was unleashed. The officer's instincts kicked in as he radioed for assistance, alerting nearby units to the unfolding situation. Miles ticked by as the pursued Chrysler maintained its breakneck pace, seemingly determined to elude capture. But eventually, the driver decelerated, bringing the chase to an abrupt end. The scene was tense, emotions running high as officers approached the vehicle, ready to confront the driver.
Get out of the car! Just walk right here.
In a shocking twist, the driver's identity was revealed: Donovan Rojas, a police officer from the Miami-Dade Police Department. The irony was not lost on the responding officers, who now found themselves dealing with one of their own. The situation escalated as Donovan was asked to perform field sobriety tests, a challenge he met with resistance. Despite his law enforcement background, Donovan's behavior hinted at an underlying issue. The unmarked police vehicle revealed a cache of police equipment, firearms, and even prescription pills. The scene was a jigsaw puzzle with missing pieces, and the officers were left to piece together the events that led to this moment. Donovan was taken into custody, his rights read to him, as he contemplated his predicament. As the breathalyzer test was administered, Donovan's actions spoke volumes. The encounter highlighted the blurred lines between duty and personal responsibility, leaving both officers and Donovan himself grappling with the implications of the night's events. Finally, the consequences were laid bare. Charges were filed: driving under the influence and fleeing and eluding. Donovan's tenure as a police officer was suspended without pay, a testament to the gravity of the situation.
Why's your buttons down in your crotch?
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, you already did.
You want to turn around?
Number 3. On July 5th in Albuquerque, New Mexico, camera footage captured the scene as a vehicle, later identified as belonging to 41-year-old Jeremy Guthrie, recklessly weaved through multiple lanes of the highway before taking a dangerous turn.
Why's your buttons down in your crotch?
Well, I probably just forgot.
Okay.
An accused rapist is caught with his pants unzipped in a truck full of underage kids during a traffic stop in New Mexico.
Hey there.
Hello.
How are you?
All right.
Just all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot your license?
The sergeant inquired, his body camera recording the conversation. The sergeant commented on Guthrie's erratic driving behavior, pointing out how he had swerved dangerously and had trouble staying in his lane. Guthrie tried to explain his nervousness, but the sergeant highlighted the risky driving he had witnessed. As the conversation continued, Guthrie's 6 passengers, all children aged 13 to 14, became a point of discussion. The sergeant asked,
Okay, and then you have a bunch of kids in the car. How many kids? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The sergeant pressed further, asking if those kids were his. Guthrie responded strangely, saying they were his friends, and he emphasized that one of the girls was over 18. Amidst this, the sergeant interacted with the children, questioning their ages and asserting that he knew they weren't 18, despite their claims. This led to Guthrie being asked to step out of the car. In an awkward moment, the sergeant noticed Guthrie's zipper was down and questioned him about it. The conversation took an even more concerning turn when the topic of alcohol came up. Guthrie initially denied drinking, but eventually admitted to having consumed alcohol a couple of hours earlier. Despite Guthrie's assurances of his sobriety, the sergeant didn't agree and expressed concerns about his ability to drive safely. Further discussions with the kids revealed the unusual nature of their relationship with Guthrie, raising more suspicions. As the situation unfolded, Guthrie was subjected to field sobriety tests, which he struggled to perform correctly. Frustration and confusion grew, leading to Guthrie's arrest for driving while intoxicated, DWI. Guthrie was charged with driving while under the influence and 6 counts of child abuse. He was later also charged with multiple counts of rape. Prosecutors allege he began a relationship with one of the 13-year-olds in his vehicle back when she was 12. They also allege she became pregnant but suffered a miscarriage. Guthrie is due back in court in October. Thanks for watching.